Are you considering doing more music? Why were you not in Terrifier 3? Can I have you on my podcast? My goodness, it took me a while, but I did it. I hit 10,000 subscribers! Yay! I actually think by the time this video comes out, I will have hit 11,000 subscribers. So to celebrate, we are doing a Q&A. And I do just have to mention how exciting this is because it comes only 5 months after I posted my celebrating 5,000 subscribers video. So in 5 months, I gained 5,000 more subscribers. We hit 10,000 and I'm very excited. Actually, I'm looking back on my YouTube channel and the oldest videos that I have are 9 years old. So it took me 9 years to get 10,000. But if we're going by like when I started regularly posting and actually like trying to be a content creator, that was 2 years ago. Wait, that's actually not bad. 2 years to get 10,000. I'm impressed with myself. Now let's get into the Q&A. I asked on Instagram for questions and I was specifically asking for like Ice Nine Kills related questions because it was like right when the work of art video came out that I'm in, but there was still a good variety. And then I opened up the questions again on my community page on the YouTube channel. So there were a few questions there as well. And I'm excited. So let's get into it. Will you be doing any meet and greets anytime soon? As of right now, I do not have any meet and greets scheduled. But listen, I have been blowing up on the internet the past few weeks on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. My follower count has grown a lot on all of those platforms. So I'm gonna reach out to my agent and be like, listen, is this something to get me at more cons this year? Because a lot of people have been asking me this question. So I'm gonna reach out to him. Maybe I'll have an update on that soon. But any updates on appearances you can find on my website, leahvoysey.com. And I also will post on like Instagram and stuff if anything comes up. It was awesome seeing you at For the Love of Horror in 2024. I was there in 2023, but that's fine. What are some of your best convention memories? First of all, I loved that convention. I met Costas Mandalore there from the Saw franchise, so that was really exciting for me. And just in general, that convention was so well run. Everybody was incredibly nice. But I think my favorite convention memory was probably at the Silver Scream Con, also in 2023. The panel that I did with Jenna Cannell and Catherine Corcoran will always be very special to me. So the whole panel kind of ended up being about queer representation in film, and that was really cool. As a fellow elder emo, what are your top 5 bands? I feel like I have to start with Paramore. I don't think there was enough women represented in that genre. I think it's getting better now, so obviously I have to call them out. I feel like following that, I should probably call it Hey Monday too, because I'm obsessed with Hey Monday. I followed Cassidy Pope's solo career. 6 Months was the first song I ever learned on guitar. A Day to Remember, their album Homesick, makes my top 5 on Spotify almost every single year, so definitely them. And then these last 2 bands, I don't listen to them as regularly as I did back in the day, but My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy were my top 2 bands when I was in high school, and it could be 10 years down the road of me like not listening to them, and I could put on one of their albums and I will know every single word. Favorite band? Okay, we're still on music questions. So those are my elder emo bands, but my favorite band is Nine Inch Nails. The album The Downward Spiral came into my life at like a very necessary time, and it always really stuck with me. But they're a 90s band, so they're definitely before the elder emos, which is why I did not include them in the last question. Did you ever think that you'd be a big part of horror history like you are now with the Terrifier series? I say this all the time, but like I went into Terrifier knowing that it was gonna be big, but I didn't know what that specifically meant for me. I knew I would get more recognition. I knew it would probably help with my online content, but like, did I know that it meant I was gonna be on an Ice Nine Kills track? No. Did I know that it meant I was going to like be going to conventions and meeting fans? No, I absolutely did not think I was going to be doing any of that stuff. So that's all really cool. And it will be interesting to see like over the years the impact that Terrifier has. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. How was working on a work of art? And how did you get an opportunity like that to be in Terrifier and the Ice Nine Kills video? Getting to be a part of the Ice Nine Kills video, and more specifically than like being in the video, singing on the track was truly a dream come true. Like right now, a work of art is charting with Linkin Park. That's mind-blowing. That's a band I didn't mention for the elder emo question. Also a band I was obsessed with, even though they're unfortunately in a new iteration of the band, still having like some original members. Being on a chart with them that's insane. That's insane, crazy. I do wish the song said a work of art featuring Shavo and Leah Voysey, but that's okay. This is just my first song that's on charts. There will be more. And I got that opportunity because Spencer was a fan of the Terrifier films, and there was just like this kismet situation where 2 days after I moved to Las Vegas, which is where I live now, He followed me on Instagram, and then 2 days after that, they were playing in Las Vegas. So we got to meet up then. We became friends. I met Nadia. I met the whole band. I performed with them a year after that at the Silver Scream Con, and then that's when Spencer started talking about potentially having me on a track. But until I was like there filming it, I did not believe that that was going to happen. So that was cool. How many tattoos do you have? Okay, I think it's 10, but let me count. Is there a tattoo here? Oh yeah, there's one here. 1, and then on the back of this arm 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my hip, 7 on my leg, 8, 9 on my feet, 10 on the back of my leg. Yeah, that's all, 10. But I want more, I want many more. How long did that amazing makeup effects take for the video? They were aiming for an hour 20. I think it took them an hour 30. What has been the most surreal moment for you since the release of Terrifier 2? I mean, there's been a lot of moments, but one that really brings me joy, it's kind of like an extended moment. It keeps happening over and over again. But when I see people cosplaying as my character from Terrifier, that is amazing to me because as a cosplayer myself, I know what goes into the decision making of what characters you want to cosplay. And there has to be like a really deep love for you to put that much work into something like that. So that is really, really special to me. Other Clown Cafe host or Banjo Blue cosplays. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, if you had an IRL companion. Charmander, I am a fire sign. I love fire Pokemon. Definitely Charmander. How long have you been acting? I have been acting since my mom put me in acting classes when I was like 12 because I was really shy and she thought that putting me in acting classes would break me out of my shell a little bit. It didn't. I'm still really shy, but it made me want to be an actor. And I think my mom was not happy with that decision originally. Maybe felt like she'd made a mistake putting me in the acting classes, but I think now that I've got some sort of like, you know, return on investment, it was a good decision. And then how long have you been into singing and cosplay? Probably the same amount of time, maybe longer. I'm trying to think because I think like my introduction to really being into singing was Broadway, and I don't know if I fell in love with Broadway before or after I started acting, but I feel like it was probably before. So there was like this little room in our basement that there was nothing in it. It was so tiny. And I had a karaoke machine down there. So I would just sit down there for hours singing like show tunes into my karaoke machine, thinking nobody in the house could hear me, but like I'm pretty sure everyone in the house could hear me. So apologies, family. That was probably not great crooning coming from me at like 10 years old. And I didn't start like making cosplays until maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's something I've always been really into. It's just a really time-consuming hobby to have. So I would say that like my transition into cosplay was art. So I've always been an artist. I love anime. And so very often I was drawing these characters that I really like rather than cosplaying them. But I think they kind of went hand in hand. Like my reasoning for wanting to draw the characters was kind of why I also wanted to cosplay. What is your top favorite costume to wear? Ooh, okay. I feel like at this point, it's gotta be Vi from Arcane. Jinx I started doing when Arcane premiered, which I think was like 2 years ago, maybe a little less than that. Vi I only made recently. And it's one of my best constructed, most innovative costumes that I've made. It's also very comfortable. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm going to be shooting some Vi content. So yeah, it's gotta be Vi. But I have a lot of really good ones from this year alone. Definitely towards the end of the year, I'm gonna do a short, like wrapping up all of the costumes I made this year, because there were a lot. I did 13 just in October alone, which was insane. I don't recommend that. It's a lot of work. What are your 2025 goals? That's a good one because it is getting close to the end of the year, and I usually will like write a list of goals that I have, habits I want to pick up or something like that. I haven't really done it yet. All I can really think is like I just want to continue building on what I built this year, what I've really been building since 2022. I think I'm in the right spot with my content, how I make it. Whereas like the past few years, I was like trying to figure that out. I have a better handle on it now, which is going to make 2025 content a lot easier to make. I would say like one thing I want to change going to 2025 from 2024, I want to prep my content a little better. I mean, that's always something I'm working on, getting like really ahead of my content. And I go through phases where sometimes I'm like 2 weeks ahead and then other days I'm like rushing to get videos out the night before. So more consistency in that would be good. Are you considering doing more music? music. Your voice in that music video was incredible. Thank you. Yes, I am. Me and CJ have some songs coming out. He's been on the channel a few times, but probably most known from the Clown Cafe video that I posted. I will link that up in the cards. But towards the end of this year, hopefully in like the next month, it might be early next year. It depends on how quickly I can get all of this done. But me and Ricky Armelino from Ice Nine Kills worked on a track back in February, and I shot the music video for it like a week ago. Very bare bones music video, but one I'm super, super excited about. I'm loving how all the footage looks, but I'm the editor, so it's all gonna depend on how quickly I can edit this because I have not started yet. But yeah, more music is coming. I don't know if music will ever become the main focus of my career, but when I'm feeling inspired, it's definitely something I wanna pursue sometimes. Not all the time though. Why were you not in Terrifier 3? I don't know, ask Damien. They told me it was a time thing that if they included my death, the movie would be too long. So we'll go with that. What was your first ever school play or musical you remember being in? What was the first musical I ever did? The King and I. The King and I was the first musical I ever did. Or no, I did a Broadway, not a Broadway review, but we did like a musical review and I sang Love Shack. That was my first time ever performing on stage. I sang Love Shack. I had another solo, but I don't think I'll remember it at this point. But then the first like play I did was The King and I. We did Cinderella in middle school. But the first lead I ever had was some like off-brand Sleeping Beauty, and I played Sleeping Beauty. Will you be uploading a BTS video for the Ink video for the YouTube channel? No, I didn't really film much there. I'm actually very glad. The one thing I did film was a time lapse of me getting into the prosthetics, which got me 1 million views on TikTok. So glad I did that. But besides that, it's really hard for me to like, I guess, double up on work because the music video and being there, that's already a job. And then filming BTS is a separate job. So doing both is hard. And I really just like wanted to focus on the music video. So I did not shoot any BTS, but there is a BTS video that went live a few days ago on the Ice Nine Kills channel. So check that out. I will also link that in the cards if you want to check it out. At this present moment for me, the video comes out tomorrow. So I haven't seen it. I don't know how much I'm in it, but it still should be cool. So I'll link that for y'all. I miss you on Twitch. Oh, that's sweet. I used to live stream on Twitch. I don't anymore. I was live streaming a little bit on YouTube, but just like where I am right now, having a consistent live schedule is pretty tough for me. I could see myself streaming when the new Supermassive game comes out. It is a choice-based horror game set in space. I love those games. Those are the ones that I have the most fun playing live. So yeah, I could see myself like one-off here and there playing like new games as they come out, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna like regularly stream anymore. Sorry to say. Can I have you on my podcast? Here's the thing. I get asked to do a lot of podcasts. I don't get asked by many women or queer people. If you are a woman or a queer person with a podcast, I'll be on your podcast. A lot of men have podcasts and I want to branch out a little bit, you know? Are you vegan? I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian. Though I am vegan at home for the most part. I would like to fully be vegan and it's something I'm working towards. Love your hair. Is there a certain product you used for the color? Yes, I have been exclusively using Xmondo products for, I guess, almost a year at this point. So this one is their fire red color. And I think after this, I've got one that's like a pinky red color. I think I'm gonna do that next once this fades out. The thing with semi-permanent hair dyes, and usually like any crazy fashion color will be semi-permanent, it doesn't really matter what company you pick. They fade pretty quickly if you aren't washing your hair in cold water. But I find that Xmondo and then Punky Color is my other one that I really like. I think those two start more vibrant and last a lot longer than some of the other companies that I've tried. Will you sing more song covers? I don't know if I'm ever going to do like full covers on YouTube anymore. They just don't work very well with my algorithm, but I am trying to train my TikTok algorithm to want music. So if you want more music, check me out on TikTok. I've actually been doing some Q&A stuff over there as well that have been doing very, very well, trying to post there more. So yeah, at the moment, I'm trying to train the algorithm to want music from me because YouTube doesn't want it, but maybe TikTok will. Okay, let me go now to my community page because there were some questions there. There was actually a good one I wanted to answer. I remember it specifically. Oh, here it is. What is the horror movie you want to act in the most, whether it has been made or not? Jigsaw 2. I want to be in Jigsaw 2. I want to be in the Saw franchise in general, but like to me, after Saw 11, which I have to assume has already filmed and is cast, I want them to go back to the Jigsaw story because that was so fun. I want to be in Jigsaw 2. Bring back Eleanor. Make her gay. I'll be her lover. Can we make this happen? I want to be in the Saw franchise so badly. I love those movies. Okay, last question. When will you be releasing When It Pays? Dying to see it. If you don't know, When It Pays is a short film that I wrote and I starred in a couple of years ago. We had a plan for a virtual premiere on our YouTube channel over at Late Bloomer Pictures, which is the name of my production company. It was like the day after the strike started back, you know, earlier this year. So we canceled it. We never rescheduled. We will get there, I promise. But yeah, it's coming one day, hopefully soon. I should probably talk to Marissa about this. It's probably something I should figure out before I keep working on the music video. So thank you for reminding me. I'll figure it out. But that is the end of the Q&A. Thank you for sticking around with me. Some of these questions I've probably answered before, but some of them were new because the last time I did the Q&A, the Ice Nine Kills music video was not out. So all of those questions were definitely new. Got some fun cosplay questions. But yeah, thank you all for being here, for celebrating 10,000 subscribers with me. Maybe in another 5 months, we'll have 20,000 subscribers, and then 100,000 subscribers, and then 1 million. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get that many, but that's okay. We're having fun here, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So check back soon for a new video. I'm posting on the Shorts channel a lot more than I'm posting long form. Those are very fun, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 난 겨울. Yeah, girl you cold blood. Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 chill day.